I participated in a diversity training offered by the City of Huntington. It was truly an eye-opening experience. Being raised right here in Huntington, you're not really exposed to different cultures right off the bat, or in my case, it was right underneath my nose and I had no idea, especially the folks that work here inside City Hall and in our police and fire stations. Seeing the diverse backgrounds and the different perspective that everyone has, it was truly an eye-opening experience and made me happier to work for the City of Huntington, knowing that we have such a diverse group of employees that work for the city and for the citizens on a daily basis.
The program is called Cultural Competency. That's the topic area. And what we're trying to do is address unconscious bias and promote cultural competency, which is a way to increase diversity and equity in the workplace.
Well, it's sort of an experiential learning method that we have. Of course, we have research-based, factual-based knowledge that we use representing WVU, but we try to make it personal and make it local so people can learn more about themselves so they can more effectively learn how to work with others.
The WVU Extension Service has been a godsend to us for the last 8.5 years. We had some ideas as to what we wanted to pursue, from labor relations to diversity and inclusion, and what Tony and his team have been able to bring in is just absolute brilliance, brilliance with a heart.
It was really just an overall view of what things like stereotypes are, what is diversity itself, and how can diversity, or the lack thereof, turn into other things such as workplace sexual harassment, discrimination, etc. So it was nice to finally have the big picture over what diversity is and how you can really put that in the workplace and celebrate diversity and create a culture where you're looking for diverse applicants and looking for other people's perspectives.
The way the program works is that we basically engage individuals in the concepts of unconscious bias to start. And we ease them into these concepts, because if people hear the term unconscious bias, there's immediately a connotation that's associated with it. So we want to break that down. So we start with some general stereotypes that are associated with West Virginia and move them into the developmental models and then the scholastic models, if you will, of cultural competency, bias, and allyship. The goal is to ultimately have people recognize that bias exists, but unconscious bias doesn't have to negatively influence our behavior. And allyship helps us better understand inclusivity and equity and how we can play a role in it.
The primary goal of this educational initiative is to build awareness so folks can be better workers, better colleagues, more effective city employees. We like to teach people in this program to become more aware about their community and culture. Hopefully that can build some knowledge that then translates to skills, and ultimately what we're looking for is attitude changes.
What we know is that both private organizations and government entities that utilize diversity trainings ultimately perform better. And so that also creates a culture of creativity and just having different perspectives. It's often difficult whenever you're in a room with people from similar backgrounds to have creative ideas to often difficult problems. So this culture training and diversity training offers people the ability to increase creativity, increase problem solving and resilience within their employees, and ultimately create a better product for whether it be the customer or the citizens that they serve.
Studies have shown that cultural competency trainings and talking about bias, discrimination, and harassment in the workplace actually makes for more effective workers. So people are going to learn to work together better, more effectively, not only in their own departments or units, but across units in the city, as well as the citizens that they're working with. And that's important for public servants to be effective communicators and workers with the people they serve.
It's only through that awareness and introspection that we can start to appreciate other cultures, one another, and recognize that we have a direct role to play in increasing diversity, inclusion, equity in the workplace.
We've been fortunate that our community has reached out and has been very inviting to having those conversations, and then it comes down to the individual. Am I going to be inclusive or am I not? And that simply means to me, you're going to be forward thinking, or you're going to be looking back over your shoulder and wishing that it was always going to be that way and it will never be again, and you're going to be left behind.